Hey everyone, Aussie Ranger in Space here. So if you saw my last video, I opened up some Final Fantasy cards, and you could probably tell in that video I wasn't very happy with what I pulled. Like it wasn't basically, or I wasn't happy, with I didn't get a special or all that. I actually thought, the Final Fantasy cards would be a lot more kind of artistic ones for me, specifically Final Fantasy 13 and all that. But it turned out, they were kind of more just, for an actual kind of trading card game where you'd actually battle someone else, which I wasn't quite, really looking for. I was looking for kind of something that was more artistic than that. But no. In this video, I hope, we're going to be opening up something that's a little bit more artistic, something that's more, reminiscent of, the stuff that I've seen. And yes, I probably should tell you what this one's about. This is a card pack opening for Kamen Rider. So on the front of these ones, you've got Kamen Rider OOOs, and on the front it says that this is the 15th anniversary of the show. And yes, you can see on the price tag, I paid $6 Australian for each one of these ones. So I'm hoping that I get something good. I've worn my Kamen Rider O's shirt, so hopefully that brings me some good luck in this one. But without further ado, let's open up the packs and get started. I do kind of like the packaging that these are in as well. It's a very nice shiny type. Oh, I was right, I didn't actually open them up as much. Okay, first card, and looking good. This is kind of what I was kind of more looking for when I opened up the Final Fantasy cards. These may not be in English, but it's the art that I was kind of looking for. And even off the bat, you can kind of, see that this is kind of very rainbowy in that. And yeah, this is Kamen Rider OOOs. This is one of my top seasons of Kamen Rider. I should probably also explain to what Kamen Rider is for those of you that don't actually understand. So you may know me as kind of the Power Ranger guy. I love Power Rangers. I grew up on Power Rangers and all that. And Power Rangers was actually based upon a Japanese series called Super Sentai. So Super Sentai is basically the same premise kind of thing. You'd have your group of 5 or more, sometimes less even, of heroes in their colourful costumes and that, fighting evil. Kamen Rider is kind of the sister show to Super Sentai. So Kamen Rider kind of focuses usually on a single rider each season, and sometimes you'll get a secondary rider, a tertiary rider. Sometimes, you might even get a group of 10 riders all in the same kind of season and all of that. But yeah, usually you would have your main rider and your secondary rider, and that's kind of what people focus on in that. But no, this is Kamen Rider OOOs. Kamen Rider OOOs is from Kamen Rider OOOs, obviously. Yes, and he is the main rider in that season. He transforms with his belt in here, where he puts in things called medals, which you could probably think of them as just coins and that, but yeah. But based on the 3 different coins he puts in, it determines basically what his transformation is. So in this one, he's put in a hawk coin, a tiger coin, and a grasshopper coin. So red being the head, yellow being the middle, and green being the bottom. But no, that's a good start. Let's see what the next one is. Okay, so the next one's also just Kamen Rider OOOs, but he's in a different stance. He's not in a different form in that, but he's kind of, got all of the different medals, somewhat around him. Okay. Oh, here we go. Now this one I consider kind of his final form, where he's put in the hawk coin. I think the next one is the peacock coin, and the last one I believe is the phoenix. Yes, I do like this version of him. I wonder, maybe I'll try and translate this one for you in post-production. But no, this is a nice card. I like that one. We'll put you at the back there. I probably should really do something about my camera position and all that, so you can kind of see the cards that I put in the back there. maybe I won't actually put them standing up. We'll just put you like there. Okay. So yes, that was our third card. Our fourth card here. Kamen Rider O's in his base form again. But yeah, this one's kind of more coloured based on the red, the yellow, and the green. Does that say anything? Or Kamen Rider O's. What does it say on there if we can focus? Tatuba? I think this is Tatuba combination. Tatuba, Tatuba, Tatuba. Nice. Ooh, okay, and for our, what's that? Our fifth card here, we've got one of the villains of Kamen Rider O's. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but yes, he is the one that is made up of the yellow core medals. So yes, the tiger coin, I can probably point it to here. The tiger coin here basically is one of his core medals. Yeah, and basically, yeah, he's one of the bad guys. So basically, we destroy him by kind of slashing his primary core medal and that. Sorry, a bit of spoilers for the show, but I don't know. It's quite an old show. If you're going to watch it, I'd hope you would have watched it by now. But okay, there we go. I'll put him right next to this kind of red one. Oh, okay, and this is funny. Now we've got a kind of a green card. So this, I can't remember the name of him, but he is considered the kind of secondary rider in Kamen Rider O's. So whereas Kamen Rider O's, the main guy, uses core medals, this guy kind of uses cell medals, which are kind of just the silvery coins. I don't know if they really kind of show off the cell medals anywhere here, but yeah, he uses that to kind of transform. Yeah, okay, that's kind of cool. So we got our red, yellow, and green. Okay, that's our first pack, and I'm fairly happy with it. Very nice. I'll kind of put these together. And then I'll put these together. Okay, yeah. So this is kind of what I was expecting, yeah, from that previous video of, Final Fantasy 13. Like, okay, it was just a generalized Final Fantasy thing with, lightning from Final Fantasy 13 on the cover, to be honest. But no, these do seem to be basically only Kamen Rider O's cards. So I'm interested to see what else we'll get. And, how many there are in these seasons. Come on. Still something else in there. Yeah, that's all of them. Okay, did I get this guy from the previous one? I don't think so. I don't think I had him holding his kind of scanner thing that he puts across his belt. Let me just check. Did I get him with his scanning thing? No, I did not. Okay. So the three previous ones I got were him holding the sword down like that, him holding the sword across his chest, and him kind of in his kind of almost A pose, I guess. But no. Okay. Haven't got any duplicates yet. I'm happy with that. Yeah, so this is him about to do his maybe scanning charge. Nice. Oh, okay, and here we go. This is another one of Kamen Rider's O's combination forms. I don't think it actually says on here. I guess because it's not a full-on green combo. It's just red, green, and green. So I believe this form is Hawk. Mantis, maybe, because obviously the weapons he's got in his hands there, and then Grasshopper. Cool, okay, it's another one. Ooh, okay, this one's, actually a special form from the, what's it from? Is it like the 10 years later movie? I think that's what it's from. But yes, it's a lot more kind of rainbow version of his, final form. Yeah, his final form being Hawk, Peacock, Phoenix, I believe. But yeah, it's kind of a rainbow version of that. That's a good one as well. I can't kind of put him alongside the other red one that I've got here. Nice. Okay, and here we have one of the monsters that is kind of generated. I didn't actually mention this before, but basically the main guys are the is it 5 different colors? I think there's green, yellow, grey, blue, and then there's the additional purple one in there, and they kind of all represent some kind of animal. So kind of like the birds, the kind of tigerish ones, the I don't know if you can actually see. There we go. Grasshopper, insect type ones. The grey one is kind of the elephants, your rhinos, and all that. There's the blue one, which is kind of more your aquatic ones, and then you got the purple one, which is basically the dinosaurs. But no, those 5 main guys obviously aren't always the guys that O's fights against, and that. Sometimes he'll be fighting against these kind of minion creations, that are created by Desire. I don't know if I mentioned that either. Basically, it's kind of the 5 villains are kind of called the Greed, and I can't remember what the yellow Greed minions are kind of called, but yeah, this is kind of just one of those types. Yeah. I can't remember what episodes he's from, but yeah, I do somewhat remember him. Okay, second to last card is a panda one. Was he in the main series? One of those sub-villains of the day? Or was he more of a movie type? I'm not quite sure. Actually, it doesn't really say on the back. Oh, okay, the back actually looks quite good as well. So yeah, that's all the different icons from, all the different Kamen Riders over the years. Oh, I kind of like that. I wish I had turned this over sooner. Okay, I'm going to do some research and probably, put up a message on the screen here about where this guy is from, if I can actually work it out. And, okay, here we go. Here's another one of our big baddies. This is the one that controls all of the aquatic, core metals and all of that. So kind of octopus there. There's a serpent, and was that a dolphin or a shark? I don't know. One of those two. But yeah, similar to that kind of other one that we got before. What was the other one we got before? Ah, yeah, similar to this kind of yellow one. This is kind of the blue version of that. Okay, so yes, it looks like, I got 2 out of the 5 main villains by just opening up 2 packs. So I wonder if you'll get a villain card in every kind of lot of these ones. Interesting. But yeah, as you can see, I can't stop smiling. Yeah, this just reminds me of basically watching Kamen Rider O's and all of that. I think there's still a card inside there somewhere. Oh, okay, yeah. We'll just reveal this one to start with, I guess. It's a duplicate of the Panda one that we got there. But no, okay. The actual first card of this lot is the secondary Kamen Rider of Kamen Rider O's. Yes, slightly different to the other version that I got. I think I had him over there somewhere, but yeah. Oh, and here we go. Here's another one of the full combos. So in this one, he's transformed with 3 different yellow metals. Oh no, he's very kind of fiery, and actually no, I guess fiery would be the red ones. What's the best way to kind of speedy? Maybe I think very speedy, and then he has the claws. Oh. Yeah, this is taking me back to watching the episodes. Nice. Now, where do I have my kind of combination dudes? I guess he's not a full combination dude, but he's close. I guess my other combination dudes are these ones, but these ones are just the helmets. Okay. Next up, this looks to be... what is this one? To start with, I thought it was a bike, but no, it's just the side of some medals. Oh no, wait, this is Unk. Unk is basically the floating hand, which is kind of the red baddie, but he kind of teams up with Kamen Rider O's kind of thing, because he doesn't really like the other 5 main baddies. But no, this is Unk throwing kind of, yeah, the red core medals to Eiji to kind of transform. Okay, I do like this one as well. It took me a while to understand what it was, but yes, that's a cool one. Okay, and I think this is... oh, the little yeah, monsters of the weeks are called the Yummies. I just realised that. But no, this one looks like it's probably from a movie version or whatever, because it says Kabuto. Kabuto is one of the previous kind of Kamen Rider series before Kamen Rider O's. But yes, there must have been at some point a Kabuto Yummy. So one of those kind of knockoff versions of our main Kamen Rider, Kabuto. I wonder if he was part of a movie and that, or whether it's just one of those kind of gimmicks where they kind of try and introduce, you know, the previous seasons and that. But no, that's an interesting one. I wasn't expecting to see something like that in there. What's this one? Oh, okay, this is the big bad purple baddie. He doesn't really look that purple, but I guess purple's kind of more kept for when Kamen Rider O's transforms into his perfect purple metal combination. But no, I guess they kind of made him, yeah, more look like a kind of Ice Age dinosaur kind of situation. But no, okay, yeah. So basically, in all 3 of our packs that we opened, we got, yeah, one of those main 5 baddies that I talked about. And yeah, out of that lot, I only got the one double, which was kind of that panda Yummy. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I quite enjoyed opening these ones. If you ask me whether I was going to open up, you know, some of these in the future, my answer is probably yes. But I've only ever seen these types of things at conventions, so I guess I'll have to wait until my next convention comes around to see whether they've got any more of these. But yeah, fairly happy with these ones. Yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed seeing what Kamen Rider was slightly about. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.